Well, what do we got here? Looks like an overgrown field of some sort. What's up, guys? This is Ken with North Pros Lawn Care up here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Just wanted to put out a video. I haven't done one for quite a while, so this one's going to be a long one. And this is probably one of the bigger overgrown jobs that I've ever done. And I think the job, start to finish, took me somewhere in the ballpark of maybe 6 hours. You can see in the video it's really overgrown. It's leaving a lot of piles behind, and actually had to cut it twice to get it down to like 5 inches. Most places it was right around, I want to say, maybe a foot, a little better than a foot, maybe 16, 17 inches tall. But my mower made it through. It's X-Mark Quest, 48 inch, or I'm sorry, 51, 52 inch mower deck. But it did the job rather well. Doesn't have a lot of speed on it, but nevertheless it did a pretty decent job of cutting. As time passed, and maybe after the third cut, I bumped it from 5 down to 4, and I think I ended up leaving it somewhere around 3.5 inches for regular weekly mowing. But got a lot of compliments on it, how nice the park looks, and some have said it's the best the park's looked in a long time, which obviously makes me feel good. My work speaks for itself. But this job, like I said, was probably the biggest overgrown job I've ever done. And actually enjoyed doing it. Really relaxing, and when it was done, you could really see the results of your work. Very satisfying. All kidding aside, this grass was really high, and it really was tough to cut. You kind of get a better appreciation here. It kind of shows how high the grass actually was, and it was very time consuming. And I ended up leaving clumps of grass behind, which I really couldn't do much about. Just take some time, over the next few cuts to turn them into dust, given the size of the area that was being cut here. But got some still shots coming up where you can kind of see the before and after. On the left hand side of the screen here, you'll see in a second the uncut area versus the cut area on the right. And clumps of grass were left behind by the previous mowing that just absolutely look like crap. I mean, you kind of see here all the tan spots. You guys who do this know what it is, so not much I could do about it. Just take some time to let it work itself out. But this clip that's starting here is a more recent mow of the entire park. It's lengthy. I'm going to speed it up a little bit so y'all can enjoy it. But it shows the difference between the initial cut and where we're at today with the park. I believe we're cutting it at 3, maybe 3.5 inches now. But regardless, it looks 100% better, night and day difference. So might chime in here and there throughout the video, but if I don't, you guys please like, comment, and subscribe, and be safe out there. We'll talk to you soon. See ya. Yeah, one thing that I have to chime in here about is situational awareness. Being this is a park, a community park, actually, you never know who's going to show up. What child is just going to, pop out from, behind, the fountain grass, or show up on the swing or on top of one of the slides. You don't know. You know, the kids just show up from nowhere. And it's not just kids, it's adults too. Walking their pets or coming to the park to, work out or exercise or do whatever they do. But you got to be aware 100% of the time of what's going on around you. And that means having eyes in the back of your head, you know, all the way around. It was one day I'm down here doing a park, and, a local daycare came down. And you can kind of see, I mean, it's what, maybe 250 feet, from end to end, maybe 300 feet, if not more. But, you got people, watching these kids, maybe a dozen kids, ages, 7 through 11, 10, something like that. But these kids, they were all over the place. Some were all the way over by the pickleball courts. The other ones were all the way on the other side by the bathroom. And, I don't understand how, the people who are watching these kids could have actually seen them all, at the same time. It's not possible. But these kids, were running everywhere. I had one actually run right up on me as I'm mowing. Came out of absolutely nowhere. So I actually had to stop mowing, and, I went up and I talked to the folks who were running the daycare. I said, look, you got to keep a better eye on these kids. They're out here running around. You're not watching them. You're playing on your phones. Anything could fly out from underneath this mower and hit this kid. Now, when I mean the kid ran right up on me, he was probably within 50 feet of me. But even still, 50 feet is, in my opinion, enough, something fly out of there could strike the kid and, hurt him, if not worse. But they were oblivious. They didn't care. I just stopped mowing for that day and came back the next day. It just was not worth me, mowing. It's not a priority for me to get this done, especially if there's kids there who could potentially get hurt with, idiots not watching them, 100% of the time. So, yeah, but regardless, I mean, you got to watch who's around you, because you never know, especially in, public places, who's going to show up. And, God forbid, you don't want anybody to get hurt. So, just had to chime in on that. And here's a perfect example. On the left-hand side of the screen, you see that car just pulled in, and that person's getting out of their car. They don't have any understanding about the dangers involved with this. I mean, it's early in the morning here, and I understand these people want to go and, enjoy the park and everything. But if you see there's somebody mowing there, come on. You don't just, throw yourself in front of a moving train. You know what I mean? But, regardless, it is what it is. And, I won't go near anybody that is, there where the potential exists for something to fly out and hurt them. I'll either stop or, turn around and go the other way, or move to a different location. It just makes more sense to me to be, on the safety end of it than to take a risk and, be in a hurry, try and get something done because, time pressures or whatever. But anyway, it is what it is. And, you guys, seriously, if y'all have, places like this, just use your precautions, because you just never, ever know.